intro to React. What is React? Yep. No. React is a JavaScript library developed and used by Facebook. Now we can call it as Meta. This is very important. It's not about only your learning. You have to express it, right? React is a JavaScript library developed by Meta. Why they have developed this? To increase reusability, basically. So instead of creating thousands of times or crores of times, to increase reusability, they have created it. Why they have created this using JavaScript instead of HTML or CSS?
Access as flexible properties like styling CSS as well as writing code like HTML.
It's not about, yes, you are right, but terminology is important. JavaScript has the ability not only to create logic, but it can create elements like HTML, styling like CSS. That's why they have chosen JavaScript instead of HTML or CSS. And what is the procedure to create a React project? We have to download Node.js. Okay, perfect. Why do we need to download Node.js? In a way, yes, but
download the software, we need the package for Node.js.
As of now, what his statement is also right, but as of now, what we wanted to create the web pages with less efforts, right? So to create web pages with less efforts, we have to use React.js library. And the React.js library is available in a website called npmjs.com. So to download any packages from npmjs.com, we should have a software called npm. That npm is part of Node.js. So if you install Node.js, automatically npm will come. If npm comes, you can download the packages or libraries from npmjs.com. Understanding what I'm saying? What is the command to create a React project? Command to create the project. npx create then app name. Not file name, app name. There will be so many files will be created. So app name you have to give. What we have given yesterday, it's first React app is the name we have given. Okay. Now let us try to create one more project today. Right? So I am going to React folder. Inside this, I have already created a React project. First React project we have created yesterday. Today I am going to create one more, second React app. I am showing you again, so you can try again. First React app project is already there, so I wanted to create one more. If I go to view terminal, automatically this terminal will be showing. We have to make sure Node.js is installed. Along with Node.js, npm also will be installed. And the Node.js is developed using C. This is a command user interface. Command user interface means we have to give commands. Got my point? Now I will be giving a command here, npx create React. Giving the command called npx create React tab. If you observe here, the first thing is the name of the username of the system, then the system name, then we are into this folder. Right now we are into React folder, and there I am creating the project npx create React app, and I wanted to give second React. Actually is happening. That means okay, it's creating. How exactly it creates? It starts communicating with npmjs.com. Starts communicating with npmjs.com, and it downloads the required libraries. Not only just downloading the required libraries, it creates files like HTML file, like index.html, and it will create the CSS file. And will link the CSS into that index.html file. Everything will be done automatically along with some basic code also. Along with some basic code. Understand? Now, once this project is created, we will be studying the structure of the project. What are the files it is creating? What are the purpose of those files? All these things we will be discussing it. Now, if I see here, it is creating a file called package.json. Are you able to see? So, package.json is the file they will be creating. Package.json. And along with the package.json, another folder also will be created called src. What? Src. Another folder will be created called public. These are the main things actually. And one more folder will be there called node underscore module. Understand? So node underscore modules, package.json, src, public. These are the things will be created. Right? No, here it is not yet created. And are able to see installing React, React-DOM and React-scripts, CRA template and all this. So we are talking about React.js library. Yes or no? We're talking about React.js library. Actually, React.js library means multiple libraries actually. It's like this, if I say Pandavas, how many people? Five people. If I say Kauravas, how many people? 100, 101. 101 people. Kauravas means 101. There is no person called Kaurava. It's not a name. It's a collection of people. Pandavas also the same thing. There is no person named Pandava. It's a collection of people. Exactly, there is no library called React.js. React.js means collection of libraries. There are around 7 JavaScript libraries are there. What? JavaScript libraries. By combining all these 7 JavaScript libraries, we call it as React.js. Understanding what I am saying? React.js library means what? Collection of 7 JavaScript libraries. What are those 7 JavaScript libraries? You can find it here. in package.json. Now see, so many files and folders has been created. Now I'm coming to package.json, and if you see here, are you able to see CRA template? Are able to see React? Are able to see React DOM, React scripts? Likewise, few more also will be added. Total 7 libraries. Which libraries? Python libraries, JavaScript libraries. React is nothing but JavaScript libraries in this case. So, what actually is happening whenever we say npx create React app, npm we have already installed, that is connecting to communicating with npmjs.com and downloading these 7 libraries. Downloading these 7 libraries. Understanding what I'm saying? Confusion? And what are the libraries has been downloaded? Libraries we can also call it as dependencies. What? Dependencies. Whatever the libraries has been downloaded, we can also call it as dependencies. And whenever we create a project, a file will be called package.json. What? Package.json. Now see here extra added. Earlier it was only 4 or 5 are there. Extra things been added. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Total 7. These are all actually 7 JavaScript libraries. By combining these 7 JavaScript libraries, we call it as React JS. React JS. React JS means a collection of 7 JavaScript libraries. And what exactly this package.json does, this package.json maintains the details of the project. Maintains the details of the project. It is like your ID card. Imagine you are you are working in a company. You have to carry your ID card. What exactly that ID card holds? Information about that particular employee. The name of the employee, the company name, the blood group, email ID, multiple details it is maintaining. Package.json is exactly the same thing. Package.json maintains the details of the project. What kind of details you see here? Name of the project this package.json maintains, and version, which version of this project. By default it gives 0.1.3. And the dependencies. Dependencies means what are the JavaScript libraries it is using. All these things it maintains. And we have something called scripts. We'll be covering at later point. Yes, it can. These are all actually details of the project. It's like your ID card, or you take your Aadhaar card. What will be displaying in Aadhaar card? Your details, your name, your blood group, probably your parent details, all those things, date of birth, all those things it will be maintained. Package.json is exactly like that. So whenever we create a project, first thing what happens with that project folder, with project name, a folder will be created. In that package.json file will be created. In that package.json file, all the details of that particular project will be maintained, including the dependencies. Including the dependencies. Understanding what I'm saying? Now, what happens? These are all JavaScript libraries. What? These are all JavaScript libraries. Once these details are mentioned, this npm connects to npmjs.com and downloads these libraries. Downloads these libraries. And once it downloads these libraries and stores it into a folder called node_modules. Are you able to see here? Node_modules. Node_modules is actually a folder where all the downloaded libraries will be stored. In our systems, we will be having a downloads folder. Whatever you download will be stored into downloads folder, right? Exactly the same thing here. Whatever the library you are downloading from npmjs.com, that libraries will be stored into node_modules. Now, how many libraries are we downloading? 7. So, how many we should have in node underscore modules? 7 we should have. Yes or no? Now, let us just see. How many are there? Just 7 or more than that? More than that. Just keep on scrolling, 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 scrolling. See how many are there. It's not just 7. It's not even 70. More than 70. So many. Now I just wanted to know how many libraries has been downloaded. How many we want? 7. But how many we have downloaded? More than 70. Let us see how many are there. I'll just go to this folder, code underscore modules. Now see, these are the libraries which we have downloaded. How many are there? 815. 815 libraries we have downloaded. That's why it takes time. And now as a npm's create React app, it connects to npmjs.com and downloading. We want 7. Why 815 is downloaded? It's like this. Now, imagine uh, we invited Narendra Modi, our Prime Minister. We invited Narendra Modi. Please inaugurate our new branch, for example. Only Narendra Modi will come and go. Why? But I have invited Narendra Modi only. Now, why security guards are coming? Dependency. I invited Narendra Modi only. But along with Narendra Modi, his security guards will come. Prime Minister security guard is not 1 or 2. If I invite Narendra Modi, around 10 days back, the whole area will be blocked, will be scrutinized by the security. And so many things will come. If a Prime Minister comes, automatically Chief Minister also has to come. I don't need to invite Chief Minister. He will automatically come. That is the protocol. If Chief Minister comes, his security also will come. His officers also will come. His party members also will come. Narendra Modi, not only government officials, party members also will come. The whole area will be filled with those people. We call it as dependencies. What? Dependencies. We want these 7 libraries. Libraries uses other dependencies. Each library has other dependencies. Understanding what I'm saying? So we are imagine we want this React library. This React library is downloading. Library using other dependencies. That is using other dependencies. That is also downloading. The total, the 7 libraries and its dependencies includes total 815 libraries. How many? 815. At the moment it is 815. It may change. In future, it may change. It may increase or it may decrease because they will keep on modifying. So 815 libraries, each library one folder will be created. And all those libraries will be stored into a folder called node underscore module. Understood what is the purpose of node underscore modules? So we have a file called package.json. Whenever you create a project, what actually happens? Package.json file will be created. In that package.json file, those 7 libraries will be listed. And npm reads that package.json and collects the names of those 7 libraries, connects to npmjs.com, downloads all those 7 libraries. Not only those 7 libraries, its dependencies also. Its dependencies also will be uh, downloaded. Understanding what I am saying? If I invite US president, only US president will come and go. No. So many people will come along with you. President is coming is naturally. Top head of country also normally will come. Head of the country also will come. Dependence is exactly the same. If you wanted to come here, only you don't come. Along with you, your bike also will be coming. Exactly the same. Understood what is node underscore module? Understood what is package.json? What is package.json? Maintains the details of the project, including the dependency libraries, like these 7. Now, tell me, imagine giving an example, okay? RRR, high quality movie in internet, for example. I'm giving an example purpose only. I found it in internet. It's a downloadable link. It's high quality, around 8 GB file. High quality means 8 GB file. Now, I have downloaded that movie. Imagine I have watched it, and I really liked the movie. I said to my friend that RAR, I found this RRR movie really great. He asks, RAR, I wanted to watch it. Then what I have to do? I have 8 GB file. Will I upload that 8 GB file and give the link to him? What will I do? I share the link only directly. Why I am sharing the only link? Why I am not downloading and uploading and giving? Anyway, even that guy also has to download from internet only. Directly pass the link. Why you download it? Why you upload it again? Same thing here we are going to do it. Now you have downloaded all these things from internet only. This node underscore modules you have downloaded it. While submitting your work, why again you upload it? Why again I download the same thing? Around 300, 400 MB, 200 MB plus will be there. Compressing the 200 MB takes time. Uploading takes time. For me, downloading takes time. Anyway, you have downloaded from internet. From the same place, if I downloaded it, is easy enough. Got your point? Exactly the same thing I told you yesterday. You send me everything except node underscore module because I know you have downloaded that from internet. Upload it again, why I download the same thing again? So I can directly download from internet. So anyway, you have downloaded from package.json only. First, whenever you create a project, package.json file will be created. There, the list of libraries will be listed. Then, based on that list, will be downloaded. Now, you will be sending that package.json file to me. From there, I will download again. Instead of you download and upload and download option. Got my point? Confusion? Understood what is node underscore modules and what is package.json? What is node underscore modules? And its dependencies. Where that JavaScript libraries are listed, package.json. Package.json maintains all the details, like your Aadhaar card, all your details, exactly the same. Got my point? Clear? And what is a public.html? Public folder actually. What is public folder? And what is src folder? Such is so basically, you have to understand like this. Just to give you an example, RRR is a hit movie. Yes or no? Can you tell me the reasons of this? Why it is movie? This movie is hit. Okay, imagine hero and heroes, both heroes are newcomers. Hero also, both heroes are newcomers. Will it be that big hit? It is newcomers. That means star casting is also one of the reasons. So the reasons of hit movie is the star cast. Two big heroes are playing the lead role, and the same movie is directed by a normal director, not Rajmouli. Will that be that big movie, that big hit? So we have star director also. Star director. This is also one of the reasons. Now budget is just 10 crores only. Will that be this big hit? No. So high budget is also one of the reasons of hit movie. Even though star cast is big, star director is there, budget is 10 crores. Nowadays, the web series people are making that low budget things. Star casting is also one of the reasons. Star director is also one of the reasons. High budget is also one of the reasons. Only these things are stories also. Stories also. So, story. Only story or direction also? Direction. Direction also. So basically, there are multiple reasons to make this movie hit. It's not one single reason. It's not one single reason. In the same way, when it comes to React.js is actually super duper hit. Why it is super duper hit? Why people are using React.js more? It's not just because one single reason, it's because of multiple reasons. What are those multiple reasons? This is one of the reasons React.js became popular. And React.js has a concept called hooks. React.js has a concept called hooks. This is also one of the reasons why React.js. React.js is actually single page application. What? Single page application. We call it as a PA. This is also one of the reasons why React.js is popular, and it is developed by Facebook company. Nowadays we call it as Meta. This is also one of the reasons. If someone created this library, people won't take much seriously. If Facebook has created it, they'll take it a bit serious. This is also one of the understanding, and JSXML is also one of the reasons. So React JS became popular not just because of one single reason. Multiple reasons are there. Like RRR is a hit because of multiple reasons. React.js is also hit because of multiple reasons. Why majority people migrated from Vodafone or Idea or Airtel to Geo? Why? Majority shifted. Why? Because it is by Mukesh Ambani. Multiple reasons. Price, no doubt about it. Price is one of the reasons Geo became big. And they are giving data. That is also one of the reasons. And they are giving free incoming and outgoing. That is also one of the reasons. They are giving latest technology. That is also one of the reasons. It's not just one reason. Imagine incoming free, outgoing free. Daily 1 GB or 2 GB data free. Latest technology. But per month it is 999 only. Everyone will go there. So many reasons, including price. Reliance Geo is a hit because of multiple reasons. RRR is a hit movie because of multiple reasons. React.js is also hit because of multiple reasons. What are those multiple reasons? Components is a concept, that is one of the reasons. Hooks is a concept, that is one of the reasons. This is single page application, that is one of the reasons. Developed by Facebook, that is one of the reasons. JSXML, this is one of the reasons. Is one of the reasons. Multiple reasons. We will be discussing about these things one after the other. Components we will be discussing it. Hooks we are going to discussing about it. What is single page application we will be discussing about it. JSXML we are going to discuss about it. It's developed by Facebook. There is nothing to discuss in it. Understanding what I'm saying, right? Now I have created the project. Now what I wanted to do, I wanted to run it. And I wanted to have a look into this JSXML. We have worked on HTML, we have worked on CSS, but we haven't worked on JSXML. We are going to work on that JSXML today. We wanted to learn the rules of JSXML. We wanted to learn the rules of JSXML. Before we proceed, we have to understand this single page application. What is the single page application? Any idea? Exactly the same thing. React JS applications are called as a single page applications or SPA. To understand it, you have to understand what is a MPA, what is a SPA. What is MPA and what is SPA? You have to understand. MPA means a multiple page application. SPA means single page application. What exactly this MPA or what exactly this SPA? Now it is like this. Imagine I wanted to create a page for each IPL team. How many teams? 10 teams. How many pages we need? 10 HTML pages we need. So 10 HTML pages. Teams. And to link all these 10 HTML pages, we need index.html one page. So one index page. Total how many HTML pages we have? 11 HTML pages. More than one we call it as multiple. This is called multiple page application. What? Multiple page application. We have 11 HTML pages. 11 HTML pages. We call it as multiple page application. It can be 11, it can be 110, it can be 1100 also. We call it as multiple page application. But React is not multiple page application, it is single page application. What? Single page application. That means what? We'll be having one index.html page, one index page will be there. For themes, separate HTML pages will not be there. Instead of 10 HTML pages, 10 components will be there. What? 10 components. 10 components will be there. And these components will be loaded into this HTML page. On CSK here, it goes to CSK page. But in a single page application, if you click on CSK, you will be in that page only. But CSK component will be loaded. That is the core difference between multiple page application and single page application. Got a point? Mobile phone is a good example of single page application. You have 100 apps in your smartphone. How many screens to display that app? One row. Whatever the app you wanted to see, that app will be loaded onto the screen, then you will be seeing exactly the same. We'll be having only one HTML page. Will be loading within that only. It will not go to another page. Page application means going from one page to another page. But here it's not like that. Number of pages will be only one. All the content will be loaded within that depending upon your clicks. That's why it is called as single page application. Understanding what I'm saying? Confusion? Now, for example, multiple page application. Imagine Facebook has 200 crore users. Multiple page application means 200 crore HTML pages you have to create. Single page application means number of pages will be only one. All the 200 crore data will be loading within that single page. Within that single page. That's the difference. Good example of the single page application is like your TV. You may have 100 channels, but everything displays in the same screen. Here we will be having only one HTML page. Everything will be loaded into that. That's why it is called as single page application. All these days, what you have created before we enter into React, what you have created is MPS, multiple page applications. CSK separate HTML page. Mumbai Indians separate HTML page. RCB separate HTML page. If you click on RCB, you are navigating to RCB HTML page. You are switching between pages. But here it's not like that. It's like theater screen is only one, but movies will be keep on changing. Nowadays, imagine you like to watch a movie every Friday, for example. This Friday you go to a theater. The same screen, a movie will be displaying. Next week if you go, screen will be same, but movie will be changed. One week you go, screen will be same, movie will be changed. Exactly the same thing. So we are all these days we have worked on multiple page applications. From now onwards, we are going to work on single page application. That means only one HTML file will be there. If you see the project folder here, in public folder, you see index.html is there. That's it. Only one HTML file. That's it. Understanding what I'm saying? And now, if I run the project, now I have created the project. I wanted to run the project. Now, whenever I created the project, a second React app folder is created called second React app. Now I have to go to that folder. I have to go to that folder. I have to type cd. cd means change directory. Second React app. Otherwise, you can just copy it also. Okay, enter. Now we are into that second React app folder. We are into this. Let me clear it. We are into second React app folder actually. Now I wanted to run the project. I'll say npm start. Whenever I say npm start, what actually happens? The index.html file is there, right? That will be loaded. The index.html file will be loaded. Inside that, the component will be loaded. Understanding the difference? Clear? Under what is the difference between MPA and SPA? MPA means multiple page application. SPA means single page application. That means we'll be having only one HTML page. Inside that, content will be continuously changing. Got a point? We have only one position called Prime Minister, but the person will be keep on changing every few years. It's like got it. Now the page what you are going to see is actually index.html, which is part of public folder. Why is it taking time? Because already certain JSXML code is created. The JSXML code will be converted into JavaScript. The JavaScript will be converted into HTML. Then it will show. That consumes some time. That's why it is taking time. Now, if I see here also, it will show you. Understanding what I'm saying? Now it is showing like this. Any confusion? Now, what is it showing here? React app is showing. Now, I wanted to change this title. Possible? Where do I have to change? Index.html. So, I'll come here. I'm coming to public folder. Index.html. In index.html, we have something called title. React app is the title here it is showing. React app. Now I'll say I'll change this React app to welcome to React. I've saved it. Now if I come here and see, now see it will update. Here you are able to see compiling. Compiling means JSXML to JavaScript, JavaScript to HTML. Are able to see welcome to. I think I have written welcome to React. Welcome to React. It is showing. So what I am seeing is index.html. Yes or no? I have done changes in index.html only. Now I'll just change it again. This is index.html. Now if I see here, now see. Understanding? So what is there in index.html page now? One logo, this edit src, these things, right? What we see, one logo which is animating, simple text and link. These are the things we can see in our index.html page. But if I see in index.html page, any HTML page, the actual content will be in body, right? Now I'll be going inside the body. What is there? What is there in this? First thing is no script is there. No script tag. No script means, browsers like Internet Explorer, we can disable JavaScript. Disable JavaScript. By chance, if JavaScript is disabled, it will display this message. You need to enable JavaScript to run this. That is what no script tag is. And after that, what is there? One div is there. For that, ID is there. Inside div, what is there? Inside div, nothing is there. So if I scroll down, also there is nothing is there. HTML body ended, HTML also ended. So in index.html page, if you see, basically nothing is there. It has only one div, and the idea of the div is root. But inside the div, nothing is there. So index.html is actually an empty page. Index.html is actually an empty page. You don't find that logo. You don't find that text. You don't find that link. You don't find all these things here. Then from where are they coming? Index.js. Okay. Now, very good point. Now, actually, src folder. src folder has something called app.js. This app.js is actually called as component. What? Component. This app.js is actually called as component. As I said, right? React has a concept called component. This is called component. Now inside this app.js, actually that header is there, logo is there, paragraph is there, link, everything is there. Everything is part of a component named app.js. Now what actually is happening, this app.js has everything in it. App.js actually content. Now there is a file called index.js. Are you able to see it? Index.js. I am clicking on index.js, and here are able to see document.getElement by ID. What is the ID? What is the ID here in index.html? That means they are referring to the root div. Inside this, they are displaying this app component. What actually is happening? It's happening like this. HTML. This doesn't have anything except a div. Starts with div and with div. Okay, and we have the actual content called app.js. This actually has that image, some text, and link. And we have one more thing called index.js. What? Index.js. What this index.js is doing? This index.js working like a mediator, takes this app.js and putting it into index.html. This index.js is behaving like a mediator, takes app.js and assigning it to index.html div. So basically, even though we are saying single page application, that single page application will have only one div. That's it. All the content will be showing in one div only. So we can say single div application also given. Everything will be stored into one single div. Understanding what I'm saying? Complicated. I'm just showing you. I can directly show you. Just change JSXML, it works. But we should understand what is happening internally. So what we are doing the changes in app.js. What this index.js is doing, take this app.js and storing it in, displaying it in index.html. For better understanding, this index.html is like a school. HTML is like a school. This app.js is like a kid or student. This index.js is like mother. What mother does in the morning? Children. Mother takes the kid and drops it in the school. Understanding what I'm saying? One school only, but so many children. School is like index.html. Children are like components. Point. Mom don't goes to school. Mom helps the kid who goes to school. Imagine, as a kid, I'm telling. Normally, morning 8 o'clock you have to wake up and get ready. By 9 o'clock you have to go to school. That's what actually happens. So by 8 o'clock exactly, by sharp you wake up, or your mom has to come and wake you. During school times I'm talking about. Mom has to come naturally. Kids don't like to go to school. Mom has to spend 10 minutes, wake up, wake up, wake up. And she has to prepare food, she'll make you bath. The changes in components. This index.js takes that component and gives it to index.html to display. That's the reason. Now see here, even though you can see index.html here, this index.html is displaying app.js component. App.js has this icon, this image, search and all those things. Just to check it, what I will do, I am coming to app.js. I'm coming to app.js. Here, I'll remove this paragraph. I'll change this paragraph. This paragraph in app.js component be loaded into index.html by index.js. Component will not go on its own to index.html. Index.js takes that and gives it to index.html. Like mom takes the kid and gives it to school. Now, if I come here and see, now see this paragraph is written in app.js component will be loaded into index.html by index.js. What you see is index.html actually. Understanding what I'm saying? Any confusion? Right now we are using only one component. App.js is a component, but we can create so many components also. We can create so many components, then we can use that component. And that components will have JSXML. What you see is JSXML, not HTML. Normal HTML page means what? We should have doc type, we should have head, we should have HTML, we should have doc type, we should have HTML tag, we should have title, head, we should have body, title, all those things are there. But where are those things here? Where is the doc type tag? Where is the HTML tag? Where is the head tag? Where is the body tag? Where are those things here? Where are those things? We have created so many HTML pages so far. In each HTML page, doc type we are writing it. HTML we are writing it. Head we are writing it. Body we are writing it. Title we are writing it. Now we have done the changes. Title I have changed, it is reflecting. Even though you do changes in app.js, it is loading into index.html. If I create something in index.html, it will come there. But that is not recommended. Got a point? If you observe here, if you observe here, doc type is there. Doc type is written. HTML, head, title, body, everything is written. Where is it written? It is written in index.html. The doc type is there. HTML is there. Head is there. Title is there. Body is there. Title is there. Body is there. Everything is there. Earlier, we were creating multiple page applications. That means 10 HTML pages, 10 times you have to write doc type. 10 times you have to write HTML, 10 times you have to write head, 10 times you have to write title, 10 times you have to write body. But how many HTML files we have now? Only one. In that one, they are writing everywhere. Everything they have written it there. Only once. Now, our app.js is actually loading within this. Whatever the app.js we have created is actually loading within this. So here index.html is nothing but a container, that's it. In that container, component is loading. Which component is loading? App.js component is loading with the help of index.js. So now only this is where our content is coming. No need to write head, HTML, head, body, title, and all those things, because everything is there in index.html. Only this part only it is changing now. For that, no need. So this div is going inside a root div. This div class name is app. This is going inside root div. Now if I come here, I say right click, inspect. Are you able to see root here? Are you able to see root? Inside this root, our component is loading. See app. Got my point? Confusion? Now if I wanted to add any content, I have to change it in index.html or I have to change it in app.js. App.js, that will be loaded. So for your better understanding, index.html is like tape recorder. Components are like cassettes. Components are like cassettes. You may have 100 cassettes, but whatever the cassette you want, you put it, you load it, it into tape recorder, that will be exactly the same approach. A tape recorder can hold only one cassette. Here also the same. Got a point? Confusion? Clear? Son. Okay, now let me try to create something inside this. Now let me delete the basic stuff. And I'm creating H1. This heading is part of app.js component, loads into index.html via or with the help of index.js. We don't touch index.html, we don't touch index.js, we touch only app.js. Okay. I'll come here now. Show. The setting is part of app.js component, loads into index.html. Now we have started modifying app.js component, which is coming. What I have written is HTML or JSXML. JSXML looks like HTML. It looks like HTML, but actually I have written JSXML. That will be converted into JavaScript. That will be converted into HTML. Understanding? Now imagine I want 10 teams, 10 IPL teams, 10 pages I want. Old approach, 10 HTML pages you create. New approach, 10 components you create. Old approach, you switch between pages. New approach, you load the component, whichever the component you want, you load that component. Page will be same, the component will be changed. Understanding what I am saying? It is like giving you so many examples, at least you can understand one thing. It is like a saloon shop chair. Chair is same. The barber is also same, scissor is also same. The person will be keep on changing. Exactly the same thing. Index.html is same. Is like chair. Component is like the person will be keep on changing. Got my point? Understood the difference between multiple page application and single page application. Why they have created like this is it loads much faster. It loads much faster. If you switch between components, so switch between pages takes more time than the switch between components within them. You are just loading the component, that takes less time actually. That's why they have preferred this approach, single page application. Understanding what I'm saying? Clear? Yes or no? Okay. Now, first we will be learning the concepts of JSXML. You already know, but I am going to show you concepts of JSXML little different than HTML. Little different. There are certain JSXML rules you have to follow. What are those JSXML rules? Imagine we have to write JSXML in components. Now app.js is a component. App.js is a component. Inside this, you know what you see here. This is actually JavaScript. Actually, JavaScript. But we don't focus on JavaScript for now. We focus on JavaScript. Now it's like this. If I show you on the sky, there are so many stars, so many planets are displaying it. Showing we can see. But I am going to explain you about only moon. Even though there are so many are there, I am going to explain only moon. Exactly the same thing. Other than JSXML, so much of text is also there. I am not going to touch that right now. Not touching that because you are good at HTML. You can understand JSXML easily. You are not good at the JavaScript. Why you are not good at JavaScript? We have started working on that. Why you are good at HTML? Because we have already worked on that. Because you already know HTML, understanding JSXML is easy. That's why I am focusing on JSXML. After some time, we'll be focusing on JavaScript also. Needs time. Okay, now, what are the rules of JSXML? Is the first rule. Everything must be inside a root tag. Everything must be inside a root tag. Root tag means, you know, it should start with the same tag, it should end with the same tag. Now see here, it is starting with the div, ending with the div, and everything is inside that. Like HTML we have, right? Starting with HTML, ending with HTML, exactly the same. It starts with the root tag, ends with the root tag. Now observe here, I am deleting everything. Deleting everything. I have just created H1. This is a simple heading. Now it starts with H1, ends with H1. So H1 is the root tag here. Come here and see this is simple heading. This is display. Now I wanted to create one more heading. What I will do, I will create one more heading. Which one? This is the second heading. Are you able to see red color line? Why it is showing? Because starting and ending is not same. Here this root, this starting tag, and here it has ended. The tag is started here and the tag has ended here. So there are two elements are there, but both are not in the same root tag. That's why it is showing error here. Now see. JSX elements must be wrapped in an enclosing tag. That means now what I will do, if I put it both in div, for example, div ended with the same thing. Now it works. It is starting with the div, ending with the same div. It should be same div, not a different div. If it starts with heading, it should end with the same heading, not different heading. This is rule number one. Whatever it starts, it ends with the same. If I create a paragraph, it must end with the same paragraph. Normally, the recommended is you create a div, end with the div. Create your own content. Div is nothing but a container. It can be div, it can be nav, it can be anything, any content. That is the first rule. What is the first rule? Everything must be inside the root tag. Here root tag is div. Now imagine I am creating another div. Will it work? Creating another H1. Will this work? Why it is not working? There is no root tag here. Now it is not starting and ending with the same thing. This is starting and ending here. This is starting and ending here. Starting and ending should be within the same thing. Now if I create another div here, see I keep it here. Again, will it work or not? Starting with this div, ending with the same div. Now it works again. That is rule number one. What? Starting and ending tag must be same. We call it as root tag. We call it as root tag. And here, no need of writing HTML head, title, body, and all those things. Because everything anyway, we are loading this into the HTML page. See, I'm giving an example. No need to give HTML, no need to give head, no need to give body. Why? At the end, that this is going to be loading it in index.html. In index.html, everything is already mentioned. So no need to give it here. Understanding what I'm saying? Clear? What is the first rule of JSXML? Everything must be within the root tag. That is the first rule. And second rule is every tag must have closing tag. What? Closing tag. Every tag must have closing tag. That means what? You know, in HTML, we have paragraph starting tag is there, paragraph closing tag or ending tag, anything. closing tag or ending tag should. HTML paragraph starting tag is there, ending tag is there. Yes or no? For H1, starting tag is there, ending tag is there. For IMG, only starting tag, no ending tag. But in JSXML, every tag must have closing tag. So paragraph anyway by default will be there. H1 by default will be there because it looks like HTML. But in HTML for IMG there is no ending tag. But in JSXML for IMG also ending tag will be there. Every tag. Now we have something called break tag. Remember? Break tag. There is no closing tag for break tag. But here break tag also closing tag will be there. There we have HR. There is no closing tag for HR. But here we have closing tag for HR also will be there. That means every tag must be closing tag. Every tag must be closing tag. Now, for example, if I add an image, for example, I am creating it. Now, see, automatically closing tag has been created. In HTML, it will not create. In HTML, it will not create. Here, now this Visual Studio Code has detected this as JSXML. That's why it is creating ending tag. If it detects as HTML, it will not create ending tag. Break, for example, BR break. Break also we have ending tag. The horizontal line also we have ending tag. So far, two rules we have covered. What is the first rule? Everything must be inside root tag, and every tag must have closing tag. That is rule number 2. And rule number 3. What is that rule number 3? What is rule number 3? Rule number 3 is use class name instead of class. We have CSS classes, right? We use class is equal to will apply it. But here we don't use class, we use class name. Understanding what I'm saying? Clear? Why like this? ID you can use directly like it. There is a better thing than ID here. Of course, ID also we have to use it. There is one more thing called use ref part. Use ref, I have told something called hooks. Hooks has a concept called use ref that we are going to use it again. Hmm. Internal styles also JSXML you can write everything, but a little difference will be there. The reason is we are not writing in HTML file, we are writing in JavaScript file. So little difference will be there. That's why I said 2% difference. Always recommended to avoid internal styles. Try to write it in CSS file using ID tags. Got it? So every use a class name instead of class. Why we have to do like this? Hmm? Why? Oh, okay, yes, agree. There should be some reason. Now, it's like this. Now, just to give an example, you know, in Tamil film industry, there is a new guy wanted to become an actor. There is a new person in Tamil film industry. There is a new person wanted to become an actor. That a new person name is Rajinikanth. What? Rajinikanth. There is no rule that only superstar Rajinikanth must have only that name. That so many Rajinikanths can be having. If you go to Maharashtra, you will find so many Sachins. If you go to Karnataka, you will find so many Manjunaths. If you come to Andhra, you will find so many Srinivas. So many names will be there. So imagine there is a film, there is a person who wanted to become an actor in Tamil film industry. What is his name? Rajinikanth. So can he use the same name to become an actor? By already one more famous personality called Superstar Rajinikanth is there. So he cannot use his name. Already one more person is there. So people get confused. Now Rajinikanth movie released. Which Rajinikanth? That confusion will come. So what this guy has to do? This guy has to change his name. Has to change his name to something else. Then no confusion. Got a point? I don't know whether you know it or not. In Telugu film industry, there was an actor called Rajkumar. Telugu film industry only, who looks like Chiranjeevi. There is an actor actually. Now he is playing in serials. Show you. Now I will write class. Are you able to see it is turning into blue color? That means it's already there is a keyword called class in JavaScript. If you write a class keyword in JavaScript file, that is treating that as JavaScript class. But we don't want it as JavaScript class, we want it as CSS class. Understanding? CSS we have a concept called class. JavaScript also we have a concept called class, which we will be covering at later point of time. There is a conflict. Why this confusion? That's why they have changed the name from class to class name. Got my point? That class name will be converted into CSS class at later point in HTML. That's why here you have to write the class name actually. Class name. Already JavaScript has a concept class called class. That's why it confuses. That's why they have changed the name purposefully. Got your point? There is a reason for that. And I'll give you another example. In Telugu film industry, there is a famous actor who plays Lord Krishna roles. Who is that actor? Lord Krishna role. Who plays here? Famous actor. Senior NTR. He got a good fame because of that Lord Krishna role. He liked that role so much that all his sons' names are Krishna only. Yes or no? But if you observe here, his sons' names are Ramakrishna, Jayakrishna, Hare Krishna, and famous. That's why Ramakrishna, Jayakrishna, Hare Krishna, Balakrishna, and the 2-3 Krishnas are there. Understanding exactly the same thing. JavaScript also has a concept called class. HTML also has a concept called class. If you are writing HTML class, it is confusing with JavaScript class. So to avoid that confusion, they have changed the name from class to class name. This is the third rule. First rule, starting with the same tag, ending with the same tag. We call it as root tag. Second rule, every tag must have closing tag. Third rule, use class name instead of class. Use class name instead of class. Even though you write class name, that internally will be converted into JavaScript, converted into HTML, again it will show class. But here it avoids confusion. And there is one more is there for what? For in JavaScript also for concept is there. So they have changed that to HTML for. Like class change it to class name, for change it to HTML for. This will be working at later point of time. We have a concept called forms. What? Forms. Then we'll be working on. Understanding what I'm saying? So understanding the mechanism, how this React JS application works. Whenever we create a project, whenever we wanted to create a project, we have to create npx, create React app, an app name. Then a folder will be created with the tab name. Then package.json file will be created. In that package.json file, all the libraries you need to download, 7 libraries. So 7 will be listed. Once the 7 are listed, then npm software goes through that 7 listed libraries and connects to npmjs.com and downloads those 7. Not only that, its dependencies also will be downloaded and everything will be stored into node_modules folder. And while creating the project, not only folder will be created, it will be creating a folder called public. Inside that public index.html file will be there, and index.html works like a container, like tape recorder. Components are like cassettes. Here app.js is a component which is like a cassette. This app.js has to be loaded inside index.html with the help of index.js. Then the content will be displayed. This is the internal mechanism of how React JS functions. Everything there is a reason. Understanding what I'm saying? Complicated? Clear? Now the project is created. Now the project is running. The project is running. I have created HR which is running. Now I wanted to stop it. Now I will say Control C. What? Control C means stop the project. It's like now we have fan is there. If we wanted to use fan, you switch on the fan. If you want it, switch off the fan. Exactly the same thing. Here we have to start the project. We have to stop the project. Starting the project, there is a command called npm start. npm start. What actually happens? It will take all the components, read the JSXML, convert that into JavaScript, then convert that into HTML, and displays it. Now, here it is. It is still processing it. It is still processing it. Now it is done. How to stop it? Control C. If you say Control C, stop it. I am telling in Windows command. If it is Macintosh, Command C. In Windows, Control C. Here Command K I used to clear it. You have to use Control K. Not working. Then try. There will be a shortcut. You just look into that. For that also they might be showing some shortcuts. Usually Command K means alternative is Control. Either try Alt key. Alt key. Maybe. Most of the shortcuts I am telling in Windows point of view because majority are using Windows. Now I have stopped the project. Now if I refresh it, you don't see anything actually. Site can't be reached. Now again, if I want to start it, I'll say npm. So we have to use commands. Why we have to use commands? Because Node.js is built using C, command based. Got my point? Okay, this project is created. Now what I wanted to do, once I create it, I wanted to upload it to Netlify. How do I do that? Now I'm coming here. I'm just stopping it. I'm just stopping it here, and I'll say npm run build. npm run build is the command. If you give this run build command, it will generate a folder called build, and everything will be stored into that. Okay, Nagalakshmi, do you have any question? Build is generated. Once the build is generated, a folder called build is created. Are you able to see? Able to see build folder? It was not there earlier. Now I can show you here also. Second React application. Now it's a build folder. So this build, once this build folder is ready, we can upload it to Netlify. Now let us see, it is getting ready. Now what I will do, I will come to Netlify. Log in into this. Log in using the GitHub. Now I have logged in into Netlify app. What I wanted to do, the build folder which is generated, I wanted to upload it to Netlify. Now if I see, the build is generated. The build folder is ready to be deployed. Then what I will do, I am coming to sites, and I can drag that build folder. I'm dragging that build folder here. Project is created. Now, if I click on this link, I should see that. Are you able to see? This is from Netlify. So earlier we were uploading the files directly, but now we have to generate the build. A build folder will be created. That build folder we have to. That build folder will have automatically. Now, if I go inside this build folder, automatically index.html file will be there. We are creating index.html all these days. Why they are also creating index.html only? Because computers recognize that index.html is the first page. That's why we are creating that. Got your point? Understood? So what have we covered today? We have covered what is node underscore modules, what is package.json, what is a single page application, what is the role of index.html, what is the role of index.js, what is the role of app.js, and the rules of JSXML. What are the rules of JSXML? starts with the same tag and must end with the same tag. We call it as root tag, and every tag must have closing tag. And use a class name instead of class. Class name instead of class. Class we write it in HTML page, but if you write the same class in JavaScript file, it confuses with JavaScript class. Got a point. Now, see, simply speaking, if I say Monica, two will be responding. Why? Two Monicas are there. So I have to give separate name. A Monica, J Monica, something like that I have to. Now, if one Monica is in another batch, one Monica in this batch, no confusion. If I say Monica, they will be responding. If both Monicas in the same batch, confusion. Exactly. HTML we are writing, JSXML we are writing it, which has class. JavaScript file we are writing, inside JavaScript file we are writing it, JavaScript file also has class. Confusion. That's why they have changed it in JSXML from class to class name to avoid confusion. So now even I am using one is A Monica and another is J Monica. No confusion. Even while taking attendance also, if I say Monica 2 will be coming. Exactly the same thing we are doing. Got a point? Clear? Now what I want you to do, I want you to create something. And something you try to add some images. Now images if you wanted to add, let me show you briefly, but later I will be going in detail. You know where is our index.html file? In public folder. So you create the images folder in public folder. Images folder I have created in public folder. Why I have created in public folder? Their own index.html is there now. Then inside this images, I wanted to add some image. So this image I wanted to add. So I am just adding this image here, right? Then I wanted to display image. img anyway I have created. I will say src images slash kg f2 dot I've given it. Now I should see image also. It is not running actually. Say npm. Understanding what we are doing? Why we have to keep images folder in public folder? Index.html is there because everything will be loaded into there only. No? That's why we have it. Got your point? Okay. What warnings are you getting? One warning you will be getting it. That means see unused wares. See this logo. That React logo is there, right? That we have deleted. We are not using it, but they are saying that reference is still there in the code, unused. Deleted, that warning will be gone. Now here see, line number 8, eighth position. The logo is defined but never used. If I delete this, that warning will be gone. Unused variables. Now that warning is gone. That warning is gone. Another warning is gone. IMG elements must have an alt prop, either with the meaningful text or an empty string for that rate. Worked on alt for screen reader purposes. It is saying alt is not given here. Okay, alt of that warning also will be got. No warning. Understand? Now, something like this, I want you to create. What I want you to create, uh, I want you to create a box like this, right? And here, I wanted to display the poster. What? Poster of the movie. And here, name of the movie, director. Like this, I want you to do it, and I want you to do it for multiple movies. Can be done or not? You have to use Flexbox only actually. Around come again. We can do anything, but this is just second day on React. So we go step by step. You can do so many things. Now in app.js only, I want you to write these things. So if you open the page, I want you to display this. Around 6 to 7 movie posters and its details. You can get it from either from internet also, but make sure all the images looks same size, properly content should be shown, and the details. I recommend you use tables here. What? Table. Table is very easy thing. You just create a table like this. If you create table, that will looks much better actually. I haven't covered table, so what you have to do? You have to do research and do it. That's it. Depend everything on Manjunath. Why? After the course, Manjunath will come with you along with your company. Only Google will come. So you depend on Google. So here, title of the movie. I don't want our full HTML before coming to React. I wanted to cover view in the HTML, cover view in React environment, so you can learn better. Got it? Even though I haven't covered, that is very easy thing. You can try it. So minimum around 6 to 7 movies you just display like this. You can download the images, or you can directly link from internet also. Anything is fine. But all images, everything should look same. Okay, clear? You can put everything into Flexbox. So flex direction row or flex direction column, everything, all the things. Okay, understood the task. Where you have to create images folder? Why in public folder? Because index.html is there only. That's why we are, because our content, our images has to be loaded into that one. That's there are other ways also, but we'll be working on that gradually. Okay. Right now, we have focused on images only, but I haven't shown you how to play video, how to play audio, all those things. All these things will be working in React environment. Step by step will be going. So entering into React environment doesn't mean we stopped working on HTML. Of course, we have stopped working on HTML, but we'll be working on JSXML. It looks like HTML. Okay. I'm creating a task.